From the virtual Sebring International, from concrete to pavement, we are ready to go on the 17-turn Sebring International Raceway, round number 13 of the Northwest Racing Series. It's Truck Yeah tonight, the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, presented by Tom Denchel Automotive Group. And tonight it is 112.2 miles, 30 laps around Sebring in virtual iRacing Sebring, Florida. Your coverage of the next round on LSRTV, your home for sim racing. And for those that are listening also at wearecrn.com on Community Radio Network and CRN Sports. I'm Wesley Outland. My son Nathan Outland is joining me alongside for maybe one-word commentary along the way. And Samuel Dyer from North Carolina to California is in the broadcast booth. Charles Wooten is in the LSR-TV production truck hitting the buttons. Hopefully he doesn't get his fingers super glued trying to work with RC cars in the process. Samuel, we had a pretty interesting cup race. Domination by Sean Brightsman. The question is, will anybody stop the 46 here tonight on the 17th turn of Sebring International Raceway?
Yeah, I mean, that is the ultimate question. I mean, it's been 3 road courses where we've been seeing the 46 just dominate. I mean, we did it at Laguna Seca, then on Monday did it in the Cups here at Sebring. And, you know, tonight's a little bit different. Monday, they were working with the fixed setup. Tonight, it's open setup. Drivers are able to make modifications. If they felt like, hey, there were some mess ups of feeling like the car wasn't balanced enough, you can balance it with the trucks here tonight and try to find a little bit extra speed.
Yeah, this 17 turn here at Laguna Seca was interesting. That was 11 turns last week. We saw sheer domination by Sean Brightsman, but now we come to Sebring International Raceway. This is 17 turns, the equivalent of 3.074 miles is the distance. Almost a 4-mile road course. You've got names like the Le Mans Corner, Ullman Straight, Sunset Bend, the Big Bend, the Hairpin, the Flamingo, Cunningham, Collier, Tower, Bishop. All of these words, all of these enunciations to describe how to get around this racetrack. It should be exciting. We saw it with the cars on Monday night, Samuel. Now we're going to see what the trucks get to do here this evening at Sebring.
Yeah, I mean, looking at a lot of the tracks, a lot of the drivers talking about how turn number 7, Hairpin, is one of those corners the drivers really have to focus on their braking. And then also on turn 10 at Cunningham is another very tricky, hard braking zone, possible chances of making passes and major mistakes for drivers. But on Monday, we saw almost everyone just having major mistakes on turn 17 at Sunset Bend, the final corner of this course. Drivers just could not figure out how to get around that course and that corner without going right into the tires.
So let's take a look at the Race on Texas 411 for tonight's analysis of everything that's going on for this race this evening. By the way, don't forget to get signed up for, if you're in the Arklatex area, or if you're anywhere actually for that matter, across the country, you can get signed up for that Speed Pass. Of course, sign up today to get a Speed Pass account for only $39.99 a month and help support local dirt and pavement short track racing by selecting your home track. 50% of the monthly payment goes to the home track you pick each month. Sign up at raceontexas.com. 30-minute practice session will then become a 2-lap qualifying. They're on the race course right now after the drivers meeting with qualifying. 30 laps, 112.2 miles here tonight for the trucks of the Northwest Racing Series. Weather conditions here at Sebring, you can see it says partly cloudy, but Samuel Dyer, the sun is out. And one of the things I want to talk about is the ambient temp to the track temp. It is currently 77 degrees, but the track temperature is almost 103. Wind speed comfortable. What's that going to be like for the trucks today?
Yeah, the track being so hot is going to be brutal on these tires. We saw on Monday night how if you were being very aggressive on your tire wear, it hurt you after about 5 laps that you just kept on getting looser and looser, more wheel spin coming out of the corner. With it being so hot here tonight, it is going to be actually sooner that you're going to be seeing tire wear just degrading these tires so fast. Probably instead of after 5 laps, you start to feel the tires going down. It might be 3 laps into a run that you're going to wish that you had fresh rubber.
All right, now, Nathan, I don't think we have a number 8 truck. So who are you got on your radar? Who's somebody you're going to watch to try to say to win this race tonight?
Where's the number?
The numbers are right there. But there's not a number 8. He picked Braxton DeWeese to win the race, and the number 8, well, he didn't know who Braxton DeWeese was in the earlier race tonight at Richmond for the S&B Cup Series, Samuel, and his pick won. So who's your pick to win tonight's race? What do you think?
Probably 81.
The 81? That's a good pick. Paul Newton, he won a race earlier this year on a road course at Daytona Beach Road Course. So we will see if he can get it done. With that being said, it is time to introduce the Team 126 Racing starting lineup as these drivers get ready to go here at Sebring International Raceway. Sean Brightsman, what do you know? Looking to pull a sweep out again. He's on the pole. Originally from Puyallup, Washington, now from Tucson, Arizona in the 46. To the outside, Nathan's pick, number 81, and a good one, Paul Newton. Row number 2 will find Ryan Bloom in truck number 25. To his outside, got to turn things around from Billings, Montana. It is the driver, Jeff Stab now. Billings, Montana, number 24 in the LSRTV 4K Ford. Row number 3 will find Dan West Jr. in truck number 55. 2 wins already on the season for him. To his outside, it is father-son like it was in the Cup race, ironically, on Monday night. Devin West will be to his outside flank. Moving on to row number 4. And we're going to find Caden Anderson in the 37 from Yakima, Washington. Stephen Paulison in the 58. He will start in the 8th position. Samuel, I'll let you give the rest of the lineup from row 5 on back. Only got like 16 trucks.
Yeah, only a couple there. You got Chris White in the 83, and to his outside, going to be that of BJ Tidrick. Expecting big things from those drivers right there. Going back to row number 6, you've got Toby Ritter's fan favorite. Excited to see what the 23 has in John Ottenbacher. He got lucky with competition caution on Monday. Hopefully that 89 doesn't lose his hood again here tonight. Going back to row number 7, you've got Aaron Cooper, and also you've got Judd Wakefield in the 50. And going back to row number 8, it's Carl Burke, who showed up just in the nick of time during qualifying, being our 16th driver logged in. Can't wait to see how he's going to be doing. Dennis Moore, expecting big things from the 44 on how well he'll do. And all the way in the back, it's going to be that of Frank Harris.
So there's the lineup. There you go.
Yes,
Race lineup presented by Team 126 Racing. Ready for these drivers to send it here virtually tonight. 112 miles. 30 laps, green in the air. We are underway. We are kicking the asphalt and the concrete at Sebring. Welcome to round 13. Truck yeah. Problems for Sean Brightsman. Samuel Dyer, that is not good for truck number 46.
Absolutely not. Very early on, going through turns 3, 4, and 5, you saw the 46 going off course, and a lot of shuffling going on. It's Ryan Bloom up front with Dan West Jr. right behind him.
And remember that pick, Paul Newton, who's Nathan riding with, the 81. Kind of ironically, there's an 8 involved in that number. 81, Paul Newton in that number 2 spot right now, but we got to see what happened to Sean Brightsman in truck number 46. Let's cue up a replay and show you what happened to the man that was at the front of the field, the pole truck. Remember, if you're interested in being a sponsor for LSRTV, the instant replay is available. There you see just the tail end of it. Our production truck's got to go back just a little bit. We're going to go back to the green flag. We'll go right where things started off because, honestly, bad luck for Sean started on the get-go here, Samuel Dyer.
Yeah, I mean, it went poor for Sean here early on. And then also you see there Paul Newton going completely wide, losing over 6 positions. But you see the 46 truck coming through 3, 4, and 5 and just getting a little bit too giddy on the throttle and maybe a little bit of a bump from that of Keenan Anderson.
And watch this 46 right here. Kind of wonder if he had some help. Remember, he ran up on the turtles and he got around Anderson and around he went.
Got loose on his own.
What'd you say, Nathan?
He got loose on his own.
Yeah, just simply got loose on his own. And now the question is, obviously, Samuel, there will be a competition caution sometime before halfway.
I mean, at some point we know a caution's going to happen. Our producer knows, but he isn't sharing that information with us. So we're just as lost as the drivers on when that's going to happen. Also, an update: BJ Tidrick decided to start on pit road, and because of all the drivers having issues, the 72 up to 13th place.
There you go. What do you think, Nathan? Watching these guys wheel and deal and work around the road courses besides a round course track.
It's good. Reminds me of IndyCar.
Reminds me, there you go. More words than one there, Samuel. Reminds him of IndyCar.
I mean, you got to start early on. I know in my first couple of broadcasts, I only said about 1 to 4 words every single time I spoke. So, you know, it takes time to get there.
Everything ran fine. I really don't know what to do with my hands right now. Oh. And something going on with BJ Tidrick, and possibly he might have exited out of the race. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, BJ's actually just blinking in and out, having major internet issues, and it's wonking up our system because of that. But Keenan Anderson up to 3rd place, having that of Jeff Stabnow, Devin West, and Paul Newton behind him. And this lead group, you've got that of Jeff Stabnow, who is hoping to have a redemption night after kind of a poor showing Monday. Same for Devin West. Both those drivers had some major issues that cost them tons of track position, hoping for better days here tonight.
30 laps to distance. Again, we're on lap number 2 of 30. There's Jeff Stabnow. Samuel, he has got to turn things around. But I will say this, though it's been a bad season for him, he has been consistent, and in doing so, it's keeping him in the point standings to at least try to possibly advance to the playoffs by virtue of the points.
I mean, a bunch of drivers have been coming in and out and not showing up to every single race, and that's kind of a perk. Is even if you're having a poor season where you're not having the best finishes that you want, just by showing up every single week, getting points, and it doesn't matter how big or small, it could really help you make it into the playoffs. And when the playoffs come around, you could really switch your luck and start to have a good day. As you just seen Devin West just whipping it everywhere. That rear end is on fire. He is struggling to get grip coming out of the corners, and that's the same issue that he was having on Monday. It just seems like he just wears down the tires and just getting onto the throttle a little bit too soon for himself.
Watching Devin West work his way around the race course. There is Devin West, most recent winner at the Bristol Dirt Track event about a month and a half ago or so. How fun that was. By the way, we got another dirt race coming up here in a few weeks. That'll be at Knoxville on the dirt.
Well, that is going to be a fun night to see these drivers taking on Knoxville. A lot of these guys, especially because Knoxville's been putting on to Truck Series a lot more often on iRacing in a lot of different leagues. A lot of these drivers getting a lot more experience. Should be some better racing than, you know, some of these other seasons that we've seen guys there.
So right now, with all the trucks on course, working lap number 3, Ryan Bloom is on in front. There is Carl Burke in truck number 53. Pretty good solid run here to get things kicked off. Still a long way to go here at Sebring. 3 of 30. And we got a new leader now, Dan West Jr. His problems, Ryan Bloom is wrecked coming off of turn 15.
Just got onto the throttle a little bit too soon for our leader, and now he's all the way back to 7th and losing even more ground. Luckily, he locked the brakes so no one would run into him, but costing him so much time. I guess being up front in the lead is not the safest place to be at times.
And in doing so, Dan West Jr., truck number 55, will be the new leader here for this race.
I mean, with the gap between first and second, it's kind of flashbacks and deja vu of on Monday, but it's a different driver up front. Dan West Jr., a guy that we saw just plow into the tire wall coming through turn 17 on Monday. It's got to be feeling good just a couple of days out from that race up front, leading this thing.
See the transition from pavement to concrete, back to pavement again as they work their way back around the race courses. Ryan Bloom will keep an eye on that truck number 25 as he has now fell back to the clutches of the top 10 in 8th position. There's Devin West trying to get around Caden Anderson for position. And that is for second. Jeff Stab now behind him. Nathan's picked Paul Newton in the top 5 in the 81 as well. And there you see Devin West. Looks like he was dirt tracking it there for a minute coming off of that corner there, reeling him in.
Absolutely. Wheeling and dealing is the 5 who, like I said, is rear-ended.
Whoa!
Oh, no!
There goes your pick, Nathan. Paul Newton goes around in 81.
Oh, man. Luckily, there was plenty of space between Newton and Ottenbacher, so able to get straightened out without losing a position, but losing tons of time and ground on the drivers in front of him.
What do you think? It says poor Nathan on there. PN. Poor Nathan. You hear that for the initials?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of his truck right now? You think he's still got a shot?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right.
Yeah, that's a pretty good choice. I mean, still the competition caution. He's still got a slim shot out there.
17 trucks took the green. There's Caden Anderson right now. I believe he's moved into the number 2 position on the racetrack. Trying to reel in Dan West Jr. Interval is now, well, timing and scoring is knocking up the interval between Dan West and Caden Anderson. We'll update it, and now it is 2.8 seconds, the interval now, to Dan West Jr., the leader. And his son, Devin, there you see him right there. There's a little interval there. And I know 3 seconds seems like a lot. If it was on a round course or a round track, it would be, Samuel, but on a road course, you see the interval. I mean, he's literally right there. One wrong slip, and he could capitalize and take the lead back.
Yeah, I mean, the gap was about 5 seconds, but then Caden Anderson, that last lap, was able to cut down over 2 seconds on the 55 machine. And I think the biggest thing is Dan West Jr. is just being a little bit cautious here, not trying to overdrive any of these corners, recognizing it's still a long race. And also, I think he might be feeling, because I'm watching him going through turn 17 the last couple of laps, he's really being ginger around that corner, understanding on Monday he was so aggressive that it just threw him so wide and got him into the wall. So playing it the safe route, but there's still plenty of racing, and I think for all the guys that are running aggressive right now, got to be careful not to throw their race away, and don't throw away your fast repair this early on.
So let's pick up Dan West Jr. in the 55. I believe he is working his way around the front straightaway, and in doing so, we will give you a full lap of what is Sebring International Raceway. By the way, our aerial coverage of all broadcasts is presented by All American Pools. As you see him now working his way down the front straightaway, or what we would call the start-finish line here at Sebring. One more turn to go. This will make him now towards turn 16 and 17 at Sunset Boulevard. This is the Sunset Boulevard from pavement to concrete. There's that sharp turn around the bridge, and here he comes now from Sunset Boulevard to the start-finish line. And here he will pick speeds of almost 77, 80 miles an hour. Cross the start-finish line. Work his way under the Chevrolet bridge into a left-hander into turn number 1. Turn number 1 will move its way from concrete to pavement, or pavement concrete back to pavement again into turn number 1. Through turn 2. Turn 2 will be a sharp lefter. A little 180 curve, if you will. Turn 3, a little curve again to turn 4 into turn number 5. Turn 5, he'll work his way through something that is known as Big Bend. He'll top speeds at almost 90 miles an hour and 94 plus sometimes from turn number 6 to turn 7. Right here, that is the hairpin turn. Turn 7, a sharp curve, a sharp angle to the hairpin turn. He'll drop to 40 miles an hour. Up to turn number 8 and Fangio corner. The Fangio corner will move from turn 8 to turn 9. Speeds will pick up to around 90 miles an hour again. He'll work into Cunningham, and that's where he's at now, to turn number 10. Cunningham will drop down from 94 miles an hour to 50 miles an hour through the Collier corner. That's 10, 11, and 12. Then he'll pick up to about 50 miles an hour again into the Tower turn, into turn number 13. Turn 13. Again, our coverage up top side presented by All-American Pools will then work him back at 90 miles an hour to the Bishop corner. He'll work a little weasel through the Bishop turn. The Bishop turn will then pick up speeds at 90 miles an hour. He'll work his way through turn 15 into turn 16 right here, and that is the Lamaze corner. Lamaze corner will drop down from 90 to 51 miles an hour. Then he will pick up speed again at turn 16 to the Ullman straightaway. The Ullman straightaway, picking up top speeds at 100 plus miles an hour. In to turn number 17. From the pavement to the concrete, back to the pavement, off of Sunset Boulevard. And that is a lap around the 3.074 mile Sebring International Raceway. There you go, Samuel.
Yeah, an absolutely clean lap that was for Dan West Jr. and showing us how to get around this course practically perfectly. And while watching our leader put that lap down, seeing a lot of drivers cutting their way through. Sean Breitzman, who fell all the way back to last place, he's worked his way up to 8th and now seeing 7th and 6th position right in front of him.
Nathan, what do you think? That's a pretty big road course, ain't it?
Yeah.
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 So Dan West Jr. is leading the way. We're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing. Underway at Sebring. Take a look at your saw blade. Top 5, top left of the monitor. There they are. Dab now. Looking good. He's in 4th. Nathan Spick-Newton back in the top 5. And again, Dan West Jr., Caden Anderson, and Sun West, the top 3. Back with more in a moment. LSRTV, CRN Sports of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, presented by the Tom Denchel Automotive Group.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do actually any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you can just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing. And if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you just race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, just it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum, requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Back here, Sebring International Raceway, the race continues on. And right now, as we approach 10 laps in, coming up here in a few more laps, Dan West Jr. is still the man out in front. You've got Caden Anderson in second, Devin West third, Stab now with Newton your top 5. And along with Samuel Dyer, I'm Wesley Outland. My son Nathan is in the broadcast booth with me tonight. A couple of one words once in a while. Oh, hello. Hola.
Hola, amigos.
Just out of nowhere, huh? You like tacos?
Yeah.
You do? Our producer likes tacos.
Are we in the food talking aspect of the race?
Do you like silly bands?
What is that? Silly fans or silly bands?
He's asking if you like ceiling fans.
Yes.
Yes.
I have to stay cold.
Across the start-finish line.
Oh, man.
Oh, no! He's in trouble! Dan West Jr. going off course. I think he got a hold of a ceiling fan.
Absolutely wanted to go spinning there.
And by the way, here's the thing, and this is a lot of things that people might not remember. Samuel, we talked about it on Monday. Those rumble strips, those turtles, those bumper corners around the racetrack, if you hit them, it's in 3D. So it's like hitting the real thing. It's not like it's just there for show. It can and will mess up your truck and your handling and cause you to spin out.
Yeah, if you have not practiced on how to attack these rumble strips, it is going to hurt you dramatically if you hit it, because once you hit a rumble strip, it could cause your whole entire setup to really the force feedback to make you feel like you need to overcorrect and just send you spinning the wrong way, as Stephen Paulson having issues for himself in the 58. And one of those things these drivers really have to focus on is making sure they don't make those mistakes. And I think now some of these guys have learned, stay away from the rumble strips. They're not your friend.
I just went in again.
Yep, just went around again there, keeping it together.
Rumble strips.
Rumble strips are not your friend unless you can figure out a way to negotiate around them.
He's driving on top of them.
He certainly is, Nathan. Yes. And the thing is, Samuel, is once you finally figure out how to get around or drive on top of the rumble strips, as Nathan said, you can be able to make the rumble strips and turtles be your friend. And you can be able to use it as an advantage and distance yourself from the pack.
You certainly can. It allows you to really attack these corners more, as competition caution on lap 9 sooner than it was on Monday.
Caution on lap number 9, competition yellow. This will be the only yellow flag of the race.
Right now.
No. This will be the only caution of the race, son. This is a road course. This will go caution free.
I mean, if they all wreck immediately, you never know.
Unless they have like a multi-truck accident. Like I think the rule is if there's like a big pile up where everybody gets involved, they'll throw a caution, but seldom, far in between, that happens. So the Porsche safety car, we can't even call it a pace car, it's a safety car, will catch the field here at the Sebring International Raceway. We will step away to thank a word from our sponsor, Tom Denchel Automotive Group. Pit stop. So we return coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, LSRTV, CRN Sports. Back with more from Sebring in a moment.
every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal managing a team here in the dealership is to make sure that that customer's experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important.
They're coming to pit lane here any moment. Welcome back to coverage. LSRTV Sebring Sports. Round 13 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Pocono, Nashville, all on the way. All details at Northwest Racing Series on social media. At LSRTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. At Sebring Sports. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Sam Dyer, here comes the cavalry onto the pit lane, and I think everybody's coming down for 4 tires and Sunoco fuel.
Absolutely, and no one came in to pit road to try to get any type of early pit stop, so everyone's coming in. Your goal, not to slide into your box, and make sure you have a clean pit stall so you don't lose any ground, and maybe some guys, maybe they can gain some if someone makes a mistake.
Yep, gonna be, and we saw on Monday night, where some drivers got penalized for pit stops. And, you know, we got to see if somebody, you know, everybody can control it and make sure they don't make no mistakes. You see everybody's on the pit lane, the pace car out there all by his lonesome self. And who was out first? Dan West Jr. Here he comes. So we got a pit exit camera? Boo. I like the pit exit camera. Dan West Jr., Caden Anderson, Devin West. First 3 out. And mind you, we still got 20 to go. 5 to halfway.
5th one out is mine.
Yeah, Paul Newton out 5th. Yes, right, the 81. Yep.
Center Pulse that are right behind him. Sean Bright's been able to come out and gain just a few positions after mistakes from other drivers coming to pit road. And Ryan Bloom came in, made a little bit of a slide into his pit box, costing him time in a position.
And now they got to run down the pace car, and you can see how far away the pace car is from the field. I mean, the pace car, there he is. I mean, he's in his own world by himself, and now they're going to run him down. Yeah, pace car, there he is. But not for long, because here comes the cavalry.
Pace car just staying at 60 miles per hour, letting the rest of the field catch up to him very slowly, but at least the pace car staying consistent, which that's what the most of the field has to do on this final stretch of this race. Still a lot of racing to happen here, and you know, we didn't get to see green flag pit stops really happen that much on Monday. Interested to see if these guys can make it all the way to the end, or if they will have to make a green flag pit stop.
And Samuel, here's also something to think about. Sean Brightsman did not get a very good pit. He didn't get a good pit stop. I mean, yeah, he's back in 6th or 7th, but last week, I mean, he entered first, exited first, played the strategy game, and it worked. This time he's going to have to get around some traffic to do it.
Yeah, I mean, he gained 1 position over that of Ryan Bloom. So instead of coming out in 7th, he's going to be in 6th. And I think the real goal for both Paul Newton as well for Sean Breisman is figure out the first 5 corners of this racetrack. I know coming out it's turn number 3, that's when Newton really lost a lot of ground. And out of 5, that's when Breisman got on the throttle too soon and spun himself. So these guys have to be wary of not ruining their race early on, and also understand they're on new tires. They're cold. It's going to take some time for it to wear in and for you to get onto the throttle as fast as you usually do once everything's heating up.
Nathan, what do you think?
I think he still has a chance.
And talking about the 81. Paul Newton, that's his pick. Dan West Jr. is out in front. Caden Anderson in second. What do you say we bring down Dan West Jr.? Find out his thoughts as we are approaching 1/3 of the way through. Dan West Jr., it's Wesley Outland broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you're looking good. You had a couple of slips along the way. Turtle might not have been your friend at one time, got spun out, but redeemed yourself. Came onto the pit lane as the leader, exited the leader. How you thinking you can pull an upset on Sean Breisman and stop the broomstick sweep for him in road courses tonight?
It's going to have to take some luck, Wesley. Sean will be up here in no time. I think Paul Newton's pretty quick, too, so I just got to keep my nose clean. That's my only thing that I have going for me is just stay on the track. If I can stay on the track and keep the truck, pointing in the straight line, I think I got a decent chance for a top 3. But as we've watched Sean dominate these road races all for last 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, so it's going to be real tough to take him off the top.
All right, brother, we'll let you go. The lights are off on the pace car. Get ready for the restart. Again, Dan West Jr. getting ready to bring the field as the leader back to the restart zone. And we will get ready to go back to green here with 19, make it 18 laps to go. When the field comes back to the Geico restart zone, the safety car will pick up speed right here into the Lamaze corner, into turn number 16 and 17. They're coming off of that. They're coming off of what is turn 15 and 16 after the tower turn. Then they work onto the Lamaze corner. And the pace car will get ready to drop onto the pit lane. And we will get ready, Samuel, to bring them back to green with Dan West Jr. and Caden Anderson front row.
Yeah, I mean, Dan West Jr., he said that he's feeling a little bit nervous and thinks that Sean Breisman's going to catch up to him. But looking at the times that have been placed, Dan West Jr. has put down the fastest lap of the race early during that beginning parts of this race. And when they were green, he was one of the most consistent drivers and was one of the fastest drivers almost every single lap. So Dan West Jr., it's not out of the question. He is someone to watch out for to win this race. It's going to take a lot of work for Newton and for Breisman to get up and have a chance to challenge the 55.
Gotta say as well, I'm impressed with Yakima, Washington, number 37, Caden Anderson. He's got a good, strong run right now in the white number 37 truck. He's on driver right on the outside lane. Devin West in the number 5. Jeff Stab now doing good in the top 5. He's currently in 4th as the field will get ready for the restart here. We are efforting the pace car to come onto the pit lane, and when they do, field is all bunched up tighter than a lid on a pickle jar. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, like Noah leading the animals to the ark. Pace car will drop onto the pit lane right in just a few moments as they're coming down that final straightaway, and then we will get ready to go to the sunset turn. That will then set them up for the pit exit. The pace car will drop onto the pit lane from Sunset Bend, which is going to be right here. You see the pace car has even already left the field at bay. They are now working their way as the pace car has pulled from the field into turn number 17. There's turn 17 through the Sunset Bend. And now they await Barney Milton 5 Jr. on the flag stand. No correction, they road course flagmen are different. Flagman awaits them. Here they come down the straightaway. There's the safety car behind pit lane. Green flag back in the air. 18 laps to go. And side by side, Anderson with a shot for the lead as they go to turn number 1.
Oh, Anderson got the better launch. He went high, but the stab now goes too wide. There goes Devin West.
Oh, and Devin West. Sean Brightsman just a little wiggle. Gets through the issue that West had. And we got a bottle of traffic coming off of that corner into turn number 3 there. Wow. Oh, Bloom has turned around again, 25. Wow, Toby Ritter's driving Paulison down below in the grass.
Everyone just trying to get themselves straight, and oh no, Judd Wakefield put into the tire barrier.
We always talk about, Samuel, how exciting the restarts are, especially after a green flag run and the competition caution. They are bunched up. You see some exciting stuff.
Yeah, they're all bunched up. They got the cold tires trying to get warmed up and ready to go. But for Dan West Jr., he went from having over a 3-second gap lead to now only a second. Brandon Anderson, Jeff Stabnow, Paul Newton, as well as Bridesman, your top 5, all within 3 seconds of one another.
Dan West Jr. now clears by Anderson. Anderson by 3 truck lengths. Stabnow back to 5. 1, 2, and 3 inside single file. Anderson reeling them back in. And honestly, their top 5 trucks are in a pack, but it looks like for a moment, Samuel, West Jr. and Anderson are trying to pull away from the second pack, led by Jeff Stabnow, but he is reeling them in like bait on a hook.
Yeah, this is going to be the corner that really matters the most through Sunset Bend. How aggressive is Dan West Jr. going to be as he stays low, and his goal is just to run as nice as possible. But third place, like you said, Nate, it's battling. There's your pick. It's Newton Stabnow still paddling strong. Newton up to third.
I think that's the only truck you're watching on the racetrack, right, Nate? Yeah. The 81, Paul Newton, that's Nathan's pick. Now, I will remind you, he picked Braxton DeWeese to win the race earlier tonight for the SMB Cup Series. He didn't even know who Braxton DeWeese was. He just said, I'm picking car number 8 because Nathan liked number 8. He likes Dale Earnhardt Jr. Well, he doesn't race anymore, but he likes the number 8. But he has a Dale Earnhardt Jr. number 8 wallet, and he said, that's my pick. Pick that guy right there. And I'll be darned if he didn't pull it off and win it. And he had to fight to win that race, didn't he, Nathan? He had to come from the back. Mired by pit stops. You can check out the replay on YouTube or Facebook at LSRTV. And Samuel, here comes Anderson, weaseling his way through the snake, if you will, the S's. And Dan West Jr., you heard what Dan talked about. He said, Wesley, I know how strong Sean Brightsman is, but I think I got a strong truck too. But if I can not make these mistakes mentally on my own by hitting these turtles or rumble strips, the barriers, I think I can be okay. I got a chance here.
Yeah, I think for Dan West Jr., he lost. I mean, he lost a lot of ground and potential chance of winning a race on Monday with just being too aggressive. And here today, he's been patient, making sure he's not making the same mistakes like he did, and also made the right adjustments for this truck to really be balanced through every single corner. It's been working out, and that battle for second place, it is heating up. Here comes that 81 of Paul Newton.
Anderson, Newton, Nathan's pick, the PN machine. Reeling him in. John Brightsman, green 46 Toyota. He's there, the 4K Ford. Jeff Stabnow also in the top 5. Good run for Jeff Stabnow. I kind of want to bring him in the booth and ask him how he's doing, but you know.
You want to risk that again?
not during the green flag run. Damn you, Wesley! Caused me to crash.
Oh, Newton! Oh man, Newton's trying to set up Anderson. Anderson's got to be careful.
Since our producer Charles is adamant, aka him, is adamant that I'm the cause that made Jeff Stabnow wreck. Do what?
I mean,
when I talk about it,
I know when I heard that story, I was like, why would you do that? Oval racing, maybe. Road course racing, green flag, that's dangerous.
Well, the thing is it was under, well, I don't know how it happened. I don't know what I did. I can't remember. I don't know what I was thinking. I think he was talking about parking it, and then I brought him in the booth a little too early, prematurely, and he crashed. That's all I know.
And then he truly
blamed
parked
it on me. Yeah, then he truly parked it. He was having problems at Quebec's corner.
Oh, Paul Newton
Got
up to second. And
Yeah,
now
quit
Kaden
showing
Anderson's got to
stat
be
now. Show
afraid.
this 3-truck battle in front of him. Look at this. Wow. Stab now's got a nice little hornet's nest in front of him, and he's ready to lick his lips and bounce on it for the opportunity to run down Brightsman, Anderson, and Newton. Battle I wanted. Nom, 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 nom. It's a yeah, pizza. How's the pizza, Samuel?
Oh, it's great. It's like cheese-filled crust, pepperoni. It's awesome.
Nothing like eating on the job, right? Nothing like eating on the job.
It's only during commercial breaks. We're good.
I mean, I'm drinking on the job.
I'm drinking on the job too.
I'm drinking
You're not
water.
drinking on the
I'm
job.
on the
You're
job
underage. You're underage.
Well,
I
I'm
was
drinking
drinking
some
in
water.
the bed last night.
He said he was drinking in the bed last night. Don't even go there. Oh. No, I don't let him drink. He's drinking. What are you drinking? That watermelon?
Watermelon Mountain Dew.
Major Mountain Mountain Dew there. You like there, Samuel Dyer?
It's a pretty good new Mountain Dew flavor.
I can't drink Mountain Dew anymore. I'm having a Coke though. Having a Coke and open a smile on this summer day, summer night, whatever it is. Yes. 15 to go. By the way, we're halfway home. 15 to go. There is Kaden Anderson, Sean Brightsman. Now, my question is this. Honestly, do you think they can go the finish, Samuel, or do you think this is going to make them have to pit again?
Well, based on the fact that some of the drivers in the back half of the field have actually come in the past lap, it kind of puts question marks if they can make it. I think these guys, they're going to be about a lap and a half short to a lap short, so it's going to be close. But it's hard to tell because also some of the drivers that are coming into pit road, they're trying to use their fast repair because they've already just dumped their car into the wall. So it's going to be close, but again, we have no idea.
Paul Newton, Nathan, your pick. 2 minutes, 9 seconds, .32, 2:09:32.
I believe we'll run them down.
I mean, that's a...
Him, by the way, you can't hear him, people. Him reiterated and said, my son is like a crew chief. Just saying that. It sounds like a crew chief comment. And I believe he'll run him down. You got there, start down. Just go after that boy and watch out. Hit that left foot. Kyle Busch wins all the time. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, I didn't know Kyle Busch changed his name to Kyle Larson.
Well, I mean, I'm Kyle Busch won his 100th career Xfinity race. I mean, Kyle Larson's dominating, man. I mean, what he did at Nashville, what he did at Charlotte, what he did at the All-Star race, what he did, at Dover. I mean, he's just literally dominated. I mean, for the last, month and a half, it's been the Kyle Larson show in NASCAR. Seriously. I mean, wow. You're not even funny. You're
Him is really trying. He's stretching.
Samuel, me and him are fighting again. You tell the audience, me and him are getting into it. They don't think I'm crazy talking to myself.
You're seeing great battling on screen of these drivers, and we're also battling in the booth. It's great. I mean, we're looking at the battle right now, We're looking at Kaden Anderson and Sean Brightsman. They're within a couple of tenths of one another. This is what road course racing battling looks like, is you're waiting, you're prowling, you're putting pressure on the driver in front of you to make that mistake so that you can just sweep away and take that corner. So right now, Brightsman trying to just get right on the bumper, might give him a little bit of a bump to get Kaden Anderson out of the way.
Brightsman up the racetrack, down the racetrack, inside and outside. This is for third position. And might I add, the leader is also under attack by Paul Newton in truck number 81. Dan West Jr., better look out behind him. Here comes Paul Newton. And one wrong slip, Sam Dyer, by Dan West, and Paul Newton's got him in that 81 machine.
Yeah, I'm extremely impressed with the fact that Dan West Jr. has not made any true mistakes to give up this lead. He's just been running the perfect line on defending the 81, and Newton is the faster truck here. He's already put down the fast slap.
Look at that move.
But Newton's drifting.
Oh!
He was drifting.
Nathan even said it too. He was drifting, slip sliding away. Cross the start finish line. 13 laps to go now. John Brightsman, Caden Anderson for third. That battle continues. While that goes on, and they reel in Newton to run down Dan West Jr. to make it a 4-truck battle for the point. Paul Newton continues to try to methodically run down Dan West Jr. for that top spot for the lead. Just after halfway here at Sebring International Raceway. Samuel, understanding that this is the closest battle on the racetrack, Stephen Paulison and Carl Burt.
Cooper.
And Aaron Cooper, yeah. It fizzled away. Here's the battle for the lead now.
One corner can really just throw everything away as the battle for 5th place.
Yeah, here we go. Battle for the top 5. Whoa, Devin. Damage already on the back spoiler on the right side of the 5 truck where he's been dirt tracking it. And he is reeling in Jeff Stab now.
Damage came from when we went green after that competition caution and got himself looped around and able to recover pretty nicely up to 6th place. But I mean, that damage could be hurting that rear end, especially because of how much those tires are burning up, getting hotter every single time they're getting on the throttle hard. And you see it by the tail wiggling for these guys in battle for the lead.
Paul Newton reeling in Dan West Jr. Look at that move. Nathan said there it is. And Dan West Jr. through the block. Driver left, driver right. He's got to run on the inside. He's got to run on the bottom. And Newton will make it away like taking away your high school sweetheart on prom night off the corner. New leader, Paul Newton, Nathan at the stripe.
Oh, man.
12 laps to go. What did you say, him? What did you just say?
No, ask him.
What did he say, Nathan?
I really don't know myself.
What were you laughing for? Why are you laughing at me?
Oh, man.
You're funny.
I'm funny.
Yeah.
So it was the comment that I made.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what the letters FU stand for, that producer? He was saying,
Oh, God. He lost it again.
oh, he lost the lead. Newton lost it. He gave it right back to Dan West Jr. Samuel, you got to help me. I'm about to strangle virtually our producer.
Oh, man. Well,
How dare you talk bad about me and my high school sweetheart? I didn't even.
Devin West getting out of shape. Finally made the passes over Stab now, and
It was an expression. It was an analogy. I never had that happen to me. Hell, I only went to the prom one time. I didn't even go my junior year. What about senior
prom.
year? Yeah.
you never even told the audience what him said. You guys are just bickering.
I never what him said. So got a battle for the lead here. So I made the man, if you remember, when they were coming off of turn 17, that Paul Newton looking for the lead and taking it away like taking away your high school sweetheart on prom night.
There we
He's doing
go.
it again. So smart Alec producer Samuel, not Samuel Dyer, I'm sorry Samuel, you're innocent. Smart Alec producer Charles Wooten comes in, aka him, and he's like,
Wesley knows about what happened to him in his school days.
no, you just bite me, okay? Hey, by the way, we do got 10 laps to go. Next time by, 10 to go. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I gotta say, these guys are doing a great job. Oh no, Devin West Jr. Well, they were pretty close.
Did you hear what Nathan said when the 55 got sideways? He said yes. Oh my God. Oh no. We might know why.
Oh no,
There might be internet issues on Dan West Jr.
and Devin West. The West, they're having internet woes.
Ink and blink and nod did not pay the internet bill. Oh my goodness. Shut up. I've had my share. Last year I used to get so mad. Not anymore. I'm back in the saddle again. Paul Newton is out in front, the 81. Nathan, that's your pick. You know how to pick them.
I know.
You don't even know these guys. You just pick the damn number. You pick the number. You pick the number 8, Braxton Deweese. He won the S&B Cup Series. You pick the 81 of Paul Newton. He's out in front now. Don't jinx him, though, right?
No, don't jinx it.
Why don't you pick Jeff Stapp now?
No.
Pick the 24. He said,
no.
He really needs some help.
Oh, it's a definite
They need a new
no.
Monster Energy driver.
It's been a bad year for the 24.
Hey, the Monster Energy driver, that's Ryan Bloom in 7.
That's Ryan Bloom. Yeah, he's all tore up. What are you talking about? No more Mountain Dew for you, okay? You're jacked up on Mountain Dew. It's after midnight. Paul Newton. Oh, no! I'm gonna catch you like a spider monkey. By the way, under 10 laps to go. 10 to go. We're going to go side by side. Final commercial break. We might cut in and also show the Tom Denchel Automotive commercial because they are our proud sponsor. When we return, Samuel, Wesley, Nathan, him will take you to the checkered flag. Saw Blade top 5 on the monitor there. You see them on the bottom left. There they are. Nathan's pick trying to go for a sweep after Braxton DeWeese won on the S&B Series earlier tonight. His pick, Paul Newton, out in front, will take you to the finish at Sebring when we return. LSRTV and Sierra Sports, your home for sim racing.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. You can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing. And if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It It doesn't matter. I mean, just it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum, requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees.yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
Shootout time at Sebring. Samuel Dyer, Wesley Outlet, Nathan Outlet, aka my son, in the booth. Him has been put in his place. He's locked in the closet for the rest of the night.
Hello.
8 laps to go, and he doesn't kick the door in. He's got to go back to running the boards. Welcome back to coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series presented by Tom Denchel Auto Group. There is Sean Brightsman. He is in third. Can he run him down? The question is, Samuel, as he goes to second now, getting around Anderson, Sean Brightsman, 2.5 seconds back to Paul Newton. But the question is, are they going to have to pit with under 10 remaining?
Yeah, that is the biggest question coming into this race. I mean, it's a lot longer this stint is than what we saw on Monday for the Cup guys, and the Cup guys were able to go about 18 laps without pitting, and I'm questioning, can these guys go a little bit further than that, as they're going to have to go about 19, almost 20 laps on this run of green flag racing, and it's going to be close. I think they're going to be all right to make it.
Well, somebody wants to know if you can throw the turtles like Mario Kart. I guess if you find the cheat code, I guess you could.
I mean, the turtles are blue, so I would hate for Nathan's pick if he saw a blue shell out there.
It's Mario.
I ain't never seen a blue turtle. No.
Somebody says you need to show them how it's done. Toby, where you at, Toby?
He's in ninth.
AKA Clifford. Clifford's struggling tonight. That's what happened when they got
I've seen brown turtles.
You've seen no, that's something else.
I'm talking about a sea turtle.
Well, I was gonna say that, the reason they go from blue to green is because of the toilet bowl. They put them in the toilet bowl. You're not clean unless you're zestfully clean from a toilet. Oh.
Everyone gets spaced out, and we just.
I mean, we got Cokes, we got Mountain Dew, watermelon, we got pizza, we got.
It's called Major Melon.
Called what?
Major Melon.
Don't correct me. I'm play-by-play.
Look. Major Melon.
Correction. It's Major Melon Mountain Dew. Don't drink it. Ugh.
It is good.
It's keeping your ass awake. I know that much. Shut up, him. By the way, speaking of father-son, I'm enjoying father-son time. Had a good Father's Day. Thank you for all the presents, Nathan. I got me a new watch. I got me some sunglasses. I got a NASCAR cup. I got a Davey Allison pitcher. I got some candy. 7-6 to go. Hey, they're pitting. They're pitting. Dan West Jr. in the pits, guys.
Yeah, Dan kind of went a little wide through turn 17, giving Devin West the position, and into the pits goes the 55. And I was wondering if we were going to see any of the leaders come in, when they were going to do so, and it looks like they're trying to push it as far as they can go, feeling comfortable with tires. I like this call from Dan West Jr., as already the tire drop-off is about 2 seconds from when they their best time. So, hey, why not come in, try to get that advantage now, and make everyone else have to catch up to you?
My question is, are they going to have to pit? Will they all pit? Could we see strategy here by Dan West Jr.? Or has his tires fallen off handling so bad he had no choice, Samuel, but to come down to the pit lane?
I would imagine he probably had it partly forced to come in, and also just because he was losing so much ground to the front runners, might as well come in if he feels like it is going to come down to fuel. Come in, get that short pit and undercut advantage, so that you have to make everyone else use up their tires, be aggressive, and make plenty of mistakes. And I think this lap, we're going to be seeing a lot of drivers having to decide, do you want to come in this time or the next lap? Because if you wait any longer, there might not be a shot for you to catch up to that of Dan West Jr.
Will they pit? There's the leader, Paul Newton. Sean Brightsman, 3 seconds back. He's trying to reel him in, but losing ground. And the question remains, do they pit as they work their way off the Le Mans corner to turn 16? Nathan, does Newton pit? Does he stay out there and hold on to the lead, buddy?
He needs to stay in.
Stay. I think he's going to pit. I think he has no choice. Sunset bend off turn 17. No, he still stays on the racetrack. So does Sean Brightsman. I kind of wonder, I'm honestly thinking, Samuel, that Dan West Jr. wore his tires out and he was causing him to constantly spin. He had to change tires. He had no choice.
I mean, he went from leading this race to now being back in 8th place with that mistake. And when he came into the pits, he was in 5th position. So for Dan West Jr., he just continued to lose ground. Might as well come in, get some fresh rubber. And, you know, he's not too far back from that of Carl Burke. Could be moving up to 6th. And about 7 seconds away, 10 seconds from Burke is Bloom in 6th position. So there's still a couple of positions to be gained if somehow the front runners don't have to pit.
3.22, 3.71, 3.87, 4 seconds now, the interval back to Sean Brightsman and continuing to grow. Do you pit? That's the question. Are they going to pit? Tom Denchel Auto Group, Hermiston Prosser with both locations, 4 total in the Pacific Northwest, proud sponsor of the Northwest Racing Series on iRacing. We welcome you to coverage here from Sebring, round 13. I'm Wesley Outland, Samuel Dyer, Charles Wooten, the production chair, special guest, my son, Nathan Outland, joining me, and he picked this truck to win. The 81, Paul Newton, continues to still lead the way. And the lap's winding down, and we work through turn number 16 again, and it doesn't show any sign, Samuel, that Paul Newton nor Sean Brightsman are coming to the pit lane, but Newton is getting faster than Brightsman as they'll come to 5 to go this time by.
Yeah, if these guys feel like they can stretch it out further, they might think about, you know, if fuel is only about a lap or so, coming in and just taking a splash of fuel and not even thinking about tires. That could be saving them time, so they don't have to worry about 14 seconds in pit road, only being in pit road for maybe 5 to
splash and go, as they call it. Splash and go.
But the time that you would be gaining would negate all of the tires that we're seeing from Dan West Jr., from him pitting and taking 4 fresh ones. So you got to think of what you're going to be doing here, what strategy calls need to be made, and that's if these guys need to go to pit road.
Newton, Brightsman, still 3 seconds back. Anderson also back. West, Stab now. Another decent run, a top 5 for 24. 5 laps to go here at Sebring.
Well, I mean, what a complete switch up it's been in the past 3 laps. It went from everyone on top of one another for about 10 laps or so, to everyone is so spread out. I think the closest driver might be for 10th place, where it's about Ottenbacher and Stephen Paulson, and they're about 1.2 seconds away from one another. And looks like Dan West Jr. He just had issues.
Dan
55.
West Jr., yes, back in the pits again.
Somebody spun out.
Pocono next week,
I
problems.
thought
Dennis
that was
Moore.
an 8 car.
Yeah, that's Dennis Moore. 44 in trouble. Dennis Moore, Dukes of Hazzard truck off the pace. And while that goes on, there goes Sean Brightsman moving through lap traffic. Aaron Cooper just went a lap down, by the way.
I mean, with the fact of Dennis Moore being involved and with Cooper bogging down 81, it has now made the lead gap just diminish in half. It went from 4 seconds down to 2. And for Sean Brightsman, he's got to figure out how to get some more speed out of this car because it's just Newton's time. He has been the most consistent driver, just running 2-minute and 12-second lap times, about to be 2-minute and 13-second lap times, where everyone else, their laps are differing about a second to 2 seconds from one another, from one lap to the next.
Pocono Raceway coming up on June the 30th. Then we take off for 4th of July. Knoxville Dirt Bowl. Knoxville on dirt coming up July 14th. Nashville Super Speedway July 21st. And by the way, Samuel, as the laps continue to tick away, we also have just 6 races left until the playoffs.
Where did the regular season go? I mean, it felt like the season just started just like a month ago, and it is almost over. Gosh,
it started in March. It started in March. We're already almost to July. Wow. Hey, there's Clifford, Toby Ritters. People asking how he's doing today. He is in the 23 Budweiser truck, and he's got a top 10 run. Looking good. Chris White, though, trying to get around him, though. He fell back to 11th. He'll battle back. 4 to go at the line. What do you think, Samuel?
I think it's been a pretty solid racing day. I mean, we got to see for about 10 laps our top 4 on top of one another, giving great racing action. And now we get to see what some of these drivers are trying to adapt here. Clifford doing his best, seeing White go a little off, and there goes the 23 back to 10th place.
So Paul Newton has 1 win on the series. That came at, remember, the Daytona Beach road course for the trucks. He started 2nd. He won the race. Since then, he's also had a 5th at Daytona, a 16th at Homestead, an 8th at Bristol on dirt, a 22nd at Dover, and a 6th place finish at Laguna Seca last week. He's looking for his 2nd win of the year. But the thing is, Samuel, he is not in the top 25 in the points. He's in, actually, he's in 25th. He needs to be in the top 20 in the points. And he's also not a full-time racer, as this is round team. He's only competed right now in a total of 6, make tonight 7 races.
I mean, the best thing about tonight is that only 17 drivers showed up, so at least getting top 20 points should be helping him gain those points to try to notch himself into the top 20. Still plenty of time. Like you said, there's only 6 races for these guys. Still, I mean, in those 6 races, you can gain enough points to get into the top 20 because we've seen some drivers we expect to be consistent up front having woes and mistakes. Dan West Jr., after we saw him come into the pits for the 2nd time under green, he is still in pit road. And I'm wondering if maybe that first time it was for a strategy call. 2nd time in is to try to fix the internet that's going on with Dan West and Devin West, because both of them are still blinking in and out.
Nathan, what do you think? What do you think of your pick right now?
They're pretty good. Got to keep it.
He's just got to keep exactly right. And honestly, Samuel, I don't see them being. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. Coming to 2 to go this time by.
Yeah, if they were going to pit, they would have already pit about 3 laps ago. Try to utilize fresh tires. You would have been seeing a lot more drivers trying to do undercuts on the driver in front of them to get any type of advantage. and now it's all about making it to the end. And for that of the 81 of Newton, it's just keep being consistent.
Ritters and White battling side by side. Best battle on the racetrack for the top 10.
Oh,
Ritters!
Toby!
Look out, Clifford. His real name is Toby Ritters. The truck is called Clifford. To the line for the leader,
Clifford,
Paul
the big red
Newton.
dog.
And 2 to go. Here at Sebring for Paul Newton. Does he have enough time, Samuel, to close in 46, Sean Breitzman?
Breitzman needs a major mistake from Newton. Newton needs to just overcook a corner, go into the grass, do some mistake if Breitzman wants a shot, because every single time Breitzman's running probably his best lap in the past 3 laps or so, it's one of Newton's worst laps that he's ran. Newton has been running about a half a second faster than Breitzman, and then maybe the next lap he'll make a slight mistake and equal out to what Breitzman's been trying to do, run as hard as he can. But I got to say, for the 46, it looks like those tires are cooked. He's doing his best right now to try to gain as much time every lap, but there's just not enough time. A major mistake needs to be made by the 81 if Breitzman wants a shot to sweep this week.
And your pick, Nathan, about a lap and a half away from winning this thing here, just like we saw the 8-car Deweese do in the S&B series.
I know how to pick.
I know how to pick. Look at Sean Breitzman getting loose, coming off the corner. 81. I'll tell you this much, son. I wish we could be like Rain Man. I'd take you to Vegas.
You just have to pick up. Whoa, no.
That's Aaron Cooper. Bug-eyed 71 with problems.
Oh, Cooper
already
just,
1 lap down.
Yeah, it has not been a good day for that 71. He's ready for this night to be over. And looking at, I'm just wondering, Nathan, what made you decide to pick both? Was it just because that's your favorite number and you thought, hey, that's the closest thing?
Yes.
His favorite number is 8. He couldn't find a number 8 in the field, so he saw the 81 and he said, that's my pick. He literally picked Braxton Deweese, and we know how good Braxton Deweese is, obviously, Samuel. But he doesn't know. He picked Deweese out of nowhere, and the guy won the race at Richmond. White flag in the air. No, is that the leader? Breitzman's in the pit. 1 lap to go, and Breitzman's on pit road. 1 lap to go. CRN 1 to go, by the way. Breitzman's got a pit. Paul Newton is still out in front, Samuel. 1 remaining.
Newton stays out. Anderson stays out. Right now, Breitzman's the only one of our top 3 to come in, and we're waiting to see if anyone else has to come following through, but it's looking like it's just Breitzman.
I wonder if he ran out of fuel by rushing, trying so hard to run down Paul Newton. And does Paul Newton have enough? That's the question, Samuel. Does he have enough on the final lap? Paul Newton, the leader.
I mean, I just randomly threw out maybe they were going to be a half a lap short, but there's a chance. I mean, Newton's going to have to worry about this fuel potentially. And then in 3rd place, you got Devin West, who has to be concerned about his internet. He's been blinking for most of this race. Will his internet hold for him to make it to the end?
And here's the thing. You see the interval. You see the big lead Paul Newton has over Caden Anderson. He might want to back her down. I mean, he's got like close to an 8-second lead. He might want to back her down and conserve. Because Anderson's nowhere in sight right now. Final lap for Paul Newton as he works his way up into turn number 9 and 10. His 2nd win on a road course, the road course ringer, if you will. He won at Daytona. Works his way into the Cunningham Collier Tower corners to turn 11, 12, 13 on through Bishop. Bishop will now work his way to turn 15, if you will, on to Lama's corner at turn number 16.
There's 73.
Straightaway at full speed at 100 miles an hour to the Ullman straightaway. To the Sunset End. He will be able to go the distance. He can coast from here if he had to. Paul Newton, Nathan's pick again comes to the line. Second win here for the Northwest Truck Series. He wins at Sebring.
I went back and watched what happened to Bridesman. I think he got loose coming out of the sunset and accidentally slid into the box. He went too fast, and that is why he was in pit road for over 42 seconds.
And he suffered a penalty. He accidentally come to the pit lane. There's Caden Anderson, the runner-up. Caden Anderson.
Bloom might be out of fuel. The 25.
Let's watch the 25 Bloom. Where is he at on the race course right now? He is currently... He's off the track. I think he might have ran out of fuel, like you said. Wow. There's Sean Brightsman.
There's Clifford.
There is also, yes, Clifford, Toby Ritters. This will give him at least a top 10 finish now.
Yeah, I'm rewatching Ryan Bloom. He ran out of fuel coming to turn 13 at the tower, and he had to park it. Went from a 7th place finish all the way down to 12th. Drivers are still trying to finish out this race. So eyes are still on drivers trying to keep themselves finishing out this 3.7 mile course. But congratulations to Nathan's pick, Paul Newton. What a run for himself.
Paul Newton in the Ford F-150. He was 25th in the point standings coming into this race. He now picks up his 2nd win of the season on the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. This will also go along with 3 top 5s and 5 top 10s on the year, counting this finish. And it possibly might punch his ticket into the playoffs if he can climb into the top 20. Remember, the series rules the series rules are implemented that even though you win a race, you have to be in a certain part of the point standings. And though he's only ran 7 races now, Samuel, with this win, this can steamroll him up the points pendulum and possibly into the top 20, which might make him I might need to stay and run some more races just to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Newman, every single time we've seen him show up for a race, he's always a contender for a top 5 finish. And we saw it here tonight. He was one of the fastest cars to watch out for and proved it. Qualified in 2nd place, gets the win. Just a great showing from the 81 team.
Paul Newton, Caden Anderson, Dennis Moore is in that pack, but I mean, understanding Paul Newton is out of fuel. I knew, wow, Caden Anderson is pushing Paul Newton around the racetrack. Paul Newton is out of fuel.
Hey, but he won, though.
That's right.
Very true.
Samuel, that's right. He won. He won, though.
You just got to have enough to make it to the line, and that's it. Everything else, get some friends to push you to victory lane, and you are set to have some fun.
Track.
Hey, look at him trying so hard to wheel and deal across the start-finish line. You see him weaving back and forth, and he will do it, and it is now official.
All right, it's Destruction Derby time.
There's nobody with fuel left to tear anything up. Caden Anderson might tear some stuff up, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I stand corrected.
Oh, here they come.
Oh, my goodness. Here they come. Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Nathan was looking like, why did they destroy the guy's truck for? Nathan, this is what we call a post-race demolition derby here. This is how we celebrate Northwest style. And our buddy, your winner truck, Paul Newton, is stuck up on the wall. And wow, Dennis Moore's going to give him an assist and let him ride the wall. All right, let's take a look at the Saw Blade unofficial results. Paul Newton, the winner. Nathan's pick. He did it again. He picked Braxton Louise for SMB Cup. He picked For the Northwest Trucks, Paul Newton in E1. Caden Anderson, 6.5 seconds back. He'll finish second. Devin West third. Jeff Stabnow, a top 5 finish fourth. Carl Burke, man, what a run for him, Samuel. A top 5 finish. Sean Breitzman, Stephen Paulison, John Nonnenbacher, half the field, the top 8.
And then you've got that in 9th. It's going to be Chris White, Toby Ritter in 10th with Frank Harris in 11th. 12th is going to be Ryan Bloom, Dennis Moore, Eric Cooper, Dan West Jr. going to be back in 15th after having to come in pit stops. And then not finishing out the race, Judd Wakefield and BJ Tidrick.
When we return, we will grab a word with Paul Newton. Of course, Caden Anderson and Devin West, top 3 here today. We'll get ready for Pocono next week. Pocono, Nashville, Knoxville, all on the way.
Tennessee?
Yes. The Northwest iRacing Cup and Truck Series, Northwest Racing Series on Facebook for more information. A word from our sponsor, Tom Denchel Automotive Group, and we will wrap things up from Sebring in a moment. iRace at LSRTV and CRN Sports.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
Welcome back to coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series presented by Tom Denchel Automotive Group. Samuel Dyer, Wesley Outland, my son Nathan alongside. We will talk to the top 3 here in just a moment as Paul Newton picks up his 2nd win of the season. The road course ringer won at the Daytona Beach road course earlier in the year. He does it again. 3rd place, though. We'll grab a word with him. I'll ask a question. Samuel will ask a question. Devin West, he'll finish in 3rd. Devin, your take of the race. Had some look like internet issues. Ink and blink and nod visiting you and your dad for a lot of the stretch of the race. You and your dad are right there nip-tuck with one another. You survived, though, and finished 3rd. Your take of the race here at Sebring.
Yeah, we can figure it out. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but yeah, I'm starting to like these road courses. The more we do, the better I seem to, not get in my own head, and that's a big deal in these things. So I always have a lot of speed to begin the race, and I always figure out a way to lose it after the caution. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Hopefully, I have some more road courses this year. I can figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the competition caution, you really had to come back after being spun around there at the start. How was it trying to rebound after being spun?
Oh yeah, it's always difficult, at any track to go from spinning and have no caution, just have to get back in the right frame of mind to start driving again. That corner I've seen catch a lot of people off this week, and I thought I would be all right, but car was all tore up, but it's a road course, so you don't really feel it too much. From there, it was just about keeping the tires cool and trying to stay on the track.
Well, it's on to Pocono next week for Cup and Truck. Talk about your thoughts of the season as we move closer and closer to the playoffs, and you're trying to get into that top 20, at least in Cup and Truck, to go for a championship.
Yeah, I don't like the points too much, but I know I have a few wins, so as long as I can just run good enough, and I guess should be all right. But going back to the ovals, I guess Pocono's something of that sort. It's going to be a little more enjoyable, I think, for me, just to try to get some solid runs in and maybe get some more wins. Pocono is a fun track, so there'll be a lot of learning and just kind of going with the flow. But I'm excited. The playoffs will be fun. Hopefully, making the top 20 and be there for the big show.
All right. Got anybody want to thank sponsor-wise? Kevin West in the 5.
Yeah, obviously real life sponsors. I got Solutions, Kenny's Custom Hardwood, Advanced Automotive, Motorsports Distributing. All those guys do a lot for me, so I big shout out to them.
Kevin West, third spot here tonight at Sebring. Runner-up in the event, Caden Anderson from Yakima, Washington. He's also a real late model racer. And Caden, second place, man. This race was pretty interesting tonight. Never really had a chance to get up in the front to try to battle, but you were right within a cat's whisker to try to pull an upset win here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I'm very terrible at road courses, so a second place finish to Paul Newton, and I'm sure the road course driver has experience, is a pretty good feeling there. So I'm happy with the second place finish. My goal tonight was to make no mistakes, and I feel like I succeeded that very well. So yeah.
It's like a big win for you, definitely. Go ahead, Samuel.
Yeah, I mean, Caden, you had to race both Paul Newton and also that of Bridesman. Both those guys probably the favorites coming into tonight. How was it once we got the restart going? You had to deal with both of them. Was there something that you kind of learned after they passed you?
To be honest, I wasn't even paying attention to anybody else in this race. My goal tonight was just to focus on myself, make no mistakes, and race the track. It's very easy to make a mistake and go off track or you miss a corner, misbreak it. So I feel like I learned a little bit being able to break it further into the corner, but that's about it. I was just focused on myself and not making any mistakes.
Well, it's on to Pocono, Nashville, dirt on Knoxville. What's your take of these races? And honestly, man, you're locked in the playoffs. You could take off for a couple of weeks and at least still be in the top 20. Your take of the season so far? I think you got 4 truck wins so far on the season for you. And in closing, thank your sponsors.
Yeah, I'm excited to finish out the season. I feel like, or the regular season at least. I feel like we got some tracks coming up that I'm excited to head to. I did pretty decent on the dirt truck race last time and just messed up at the end, so hopefully we can capitalize on that. But yeah, I feel like we set ourselves up pretty good to going into post regular season, so I'm excited for that. I'd like to thank Harvest Chevrolet, Avira Auto Sales, iTech, Poor Boys Auto Wrecking, and Sinclair of Natchez, Washington.
All right, there's Caden Anderson. He'll finish in the number 2 position, but it feels like a win for him. And to victory lane we go. His second truck win. Paul Newton, truck number 81, his 81 Ford. I think this is going to climb you up into the point standings. I'm looking at the points here, seeing if it has updated unofficially. Man, congratulations to you. What a job. And I don't know if you know this or not, my son picked you to win the thing.
Well, I guess he knows how to pick them. Thank you very much.
And by the way, you need to be in the top 20 to advance to the playoffs. With now your second win, you have moved up to 20th, up 5 spots tonight. Yeah, are you thinking running for a championship?
Well, I'm not sure I'm going to meet the minimum number of races this year, and even if I did, I don't really have the championship in mind. I know I just don't have the skill on ovals to compete with these guys, and I'd kind of rather just move aside and let somebody who knows how to drive ovals and won't go 3 laps down within the first 10 laps.
So basically, just a road course ringer. You like the road courses, basically.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's pretty much all the sim racing I've ever done. Really got serious with sim racing and Grand Prix Legends, and then came over to iRacing. I've been running a bunch of road racing over there, and actually just raced the same track on Monday in my other league, in my sports car league. So yeah, road courses are top notch for me.
I mean, Paul, you had to come from adversity. I feel like everyone did at some point. Yours came early, though, in the first lap, first corner. How was it knowing that you fell back to 8th? You had to work your way forward, and how much did that competition caution help you out?
Well, that was awfully frustrating for sure. I knew that I was racing Sean. We had pretty similar times in practice, and we were going to be pretty close all race long, so I kind of got up on the outside of him on that first lap, and I thought there was room up there, and I just sort of lost track of where I was on the track. That grass comes up at you fast, and I think both me and him just caught it a little bit and both dropped back. So I was still racing with Sean, but it was towards the back.
Final question. Thank your sponsors as well. Was you ever worried about fuel?
Oh yeah, fuel was a huge concern. When that comp caution came out, it caught me up to the pack, but I knew that it just came out a little bit too soon. We knew we were going to be going green with about 18 laps to go, and that was the extent of the fuel situation. That was the length of the fuel window. So that plus 2 caution laps made it really, really close. And I had to save throughout that run. Every time I got a little bit of a lead, I would just lift a little bit on the straightaways. But yeah, I crossed the line with about a quarter of a gallon left, so it all worked out. And I want to thank my sponsor, myself, PaulNewtonDesign.com, and I want to thank Peel's California Mandarins. And I want to thank Tom Denshell Auto Group for all they do for the Northwest Series, and thank you to you guys at LSRTV as well.
Nathan, you got anything you want to say to your winner, Paul Newton, your pick?
You did very good, and I stuck with you since the beginning.
Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Not sure what you see in me, but thank you.
I think he just liked your truck number, I guess. I don't know, Paul. He picked Deweese in 8 and 1 earlier tonight, and he said, I picked the 81, and you got it done as well. Paul, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Samuel Dyer, your final take of everything here at Sebring as we get ready to wrap her up and get ready for Pocono next week.
Well, it was certainly dramatic. It was a fun time to watch these guys battling from when that competition caution came out to it's about 20 laps around lap 20. These guys certainly put on a great show, and excited to see what the next couple of weeks bring.
The LTAC Cup Series will be on Friday night, our next broadcast. If you'd like to know more, go to LSRTV and CRN Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Jeff Stabnow, Rocket Media, for Charles Wooten, for Samuel Dyer, for my son Nathan, I'm Wesley. Be good to one another. We'll see you at Pocono next week, the Northwest Racing Series.